Ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker is an Australian friend of the Iranian resistance and the Iranian people. He is a distinguished leader who has served both as the leader of the government as well as the leader of the opposition in the Australian Senate. Ladies and gentlemen, please do help me in welcoming Mr. Eric Abetz.
Greetings from down under, greetings from Australia, one of the world's longest continuous democracies. Too often, those of us blessed with and born into freedom believe it is an inalienable right, which it is. But also, foolishly, we often believe it can't be taken away. It can. And those of us born into countries that enjoy freedom have a duty and responsibility to assist those that are fighting for the same freedoms we enjoy. Freedom is precious. We need to protect it and fight for it every single day, which is why Australia, since her inception, has involved herself in the cause of freedom all over the world, fighting the autocracy of fascism and communism, which is why Australians salute, support and stand in solidarity with the ever-growing Free Iran movement. That said, I believe Australian governments of both persuasions should do and could do a lot more in the cause of a free Iran. Fellow freedom lovers, we need to be resolute. We need to stand in solidarity with each other. We need to call out evil for what it is, evil, with no excuses or slippery nuances attached. Can we be agreed that evil is evil, that the Tehran tyrants are evil, and each day they remain in power is a day too long? The Free Iran movement is a genuine grassroots people movement. In Australia, the Iranian diaspora is a group of passionate freedom advocates who combine a blend of genuineness and professionalism, which is highly persuasive, endearing, and captivating. Supporting the cause of freedom and democracy has been second nature to me in my public life, which is why I unhesitatingly have supported the cause of freedom-loving peoples who are suffering or threatened by an existential threat, be it Ukraine, be it Israel, be it Taiwan. But I must tell you that while I recognise the plight of the Iranian people, it was not until local champions of your community further educated me and compelled me to commit myself to the Free Iran movement. So a very big thank you to Mohammed Sajmour for his tireless work for the great cause of a free Iran in Australia. Without his cajoling, without his persuasion, I would not have become involved. Mohammed and family, thank you for what you've done. And to all those Mohammeds, and to all those Mohammeds in all the various different countries around the world, don't think that your work is in vain. It does have an impact. From the 30,000 brutal executions in 1988 to the 300 plus so far this year by the brutal regime, any vestige of justification, if there ever was one, for this dictatorial, repressive regime has been absolutely forfeited. So time for talk and condemnation or reform has long passed. The need for talk has been supplanted by the need for action. The need for condemnation or reform has been supplanted by the need for removal of the regime, lock, stock and barrel. A regime which, instead of protecting its own, kills them. A regime which backs up like-minded, brutal dictatorships. A regime which sponsors terrorist organisations. Indeed, a regime which itself engages in terrorist activities, is not worthy of being feted around a negotiating table. I hope you're listening, President Biden. And whilst you're listening, I hope that you get a very strong message from this conference that a full explanation is needed as to what happened in Albania in recent times. Very, very concerning. It is unfathomable to think and to recognise Iran of 2023 as the beneficiary of the rich culture it bequeathed to the world, including, in more recent times, being a foundation member of the United Nations. Talking of which, the United Nations might reflect on its charter and consider acknowledging the NCRI and Mrs. Rajavi as the legitimate government for the people of Iran. Personal experience and world history tells us all that appeasement emboldens bullies and tyrants alike. Appeasement has never worked, yet too many foreign affairs departments believe that somehow this time it will be different. May I politely remind the world's foreign affairs experts of the definition of stupidity: repeatedly doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome. It won't happen. I suspect that the length of my contribution today will not determine the success of the Free Iran movement. If it would, I would talk for as long as necessary. But what will guarantee success is a plan. We have one, a 10-point plan. What will guarantee success is inspiring leadership with integrity. We have it with Mrs. Rajavi. What will guarantee success is the determination of the Iranian people, which remains resolute and has not been broken or shaken through imprisonment, torture and bloodshed. What will guarantee success is external pressure, which this conference is providing in such a powerful, persuasive way. And what will also guarantee success is our personal commitment to the cause of a free Iran. Friends, all the ingredients for success are in place. We need to make it happen for freedom, for democracy, and for those who have been tortured and died in the cause, whom we commemorate today with this reflection on what occurred in 1988. So Mrs. Rajavi and the oppressed people of Iran, be assured of my prayers, my hope and my efforts, which are and will continue to be dedicated to attending the next Free Iran Summit can be held in a free Iran. Be assured Australians have your back, support your cause, salute your resilience and wish you Godspeed in the great cause of a free Iran. Thank you.